Known for the stormy skies that frequent the territories throughout the year.
I hope I don't poo-poo my pants. That's all I gotta say.
It's also a region once defined by the rise of an angsty subculture.
So tonight is controversy.
And known around the globe as a beacon of technological innovation.
In 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
This community is amazing. The people are spectacular.
I was the first customer, and I come every week.
Barb Pexa is taking you on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Whether finding your next home, your favorite venue, or simply living your American dream, you can do it in the Pacific Northwest. From the Puget Sound to the Cascade Mountains to the booming metropolis of Seattle, there's a little something for everyone.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Thanks for coming.
It is freezing.
I'm sure it's a little bit colder than San Diego,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
I don't know if I have enough warm or clothes on me, but we'll do what we can, right?
We'll just do our best. I thought we'd start here. This is here the home of the Snoqualmie Falls at the Salish Lodge. It's one of the most visited spots in all of the greater Seattle area. And one of my favorites is back in 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gotten a great cult following, and I think it's really cool, kind of dark and stormy and funky Pacific Northwest. So I thought we'd check it out.
Awesome, that's it.
Okay. One of my favorite things to bring all my new clients to here is the falls. I think it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's so picturesque, the scenery itself. I love it.
It is. So right down here we've got the main falls.
Okay.
It falls way, way, way down there. The water is really flowing at a high rate today because we've had a lot of rain in the area. And it's really beautiful. From these windows right here at the Salish Lodge, you can have a really fantastic meal. The Salish is a high-end luxury boutique hotel.
Very nice.
No, just find the light in honesty, 'cause I've never been good at telling stories. Yeah, we're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. We're gonna drive all day. We're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. All I know, yeah, all I know.
All right, Barb, this has been a beautiful experience. Thank you so much for showing me this.
You're welcome.
I'm excited to see what else Seattle has to offer. What do you got for me?
Next, we're going to head down to Seattle on Lake Union, and we're going to hit up Gasworks Park. I've never totally understood why it's so famous, but it is where we have our 4th of July fireworks every year, and everybody loves it.
Okay, I'm down to check it out.
Okay, let's go check it out.
Welcome back. We're taking you on a tour of one of the coolest locations in the United States, the Pacific Northwest. One of the great things about this show is you learn all about the cities you thought you already knew. I mean, I had no idea Twin Peaks was shot right outside of Seattle. Next up, Barb is taking us on a tour around Gasworks Park. Check it out.
All right, this is pretty amazing, but what the heck is it?
You know, it's pretty interesting. This is an old site of the Seattle Gas Company.
Okay.
And they've turned it into a really popular Seattle park. We have our 4th of July fireworks here.
Very cool, very cool. And it's nice view of downtown Seattle.
Yep, this area right here is called South Lake Union.
Perfect.
And part of the reason they have the fireworks here is it's surrounded by water, so the water's just packed with boats. People come here, they can be underneath the fireworks.
Okay.
And of course, you know the company Amazon.
Of course, everybody does.
Yeah, our headquarters are right down here.
Very nice, and it feels like a movie like Sleepless in Seattle, right?
Yeah,
Got that feel?
Well, you're right. So if you look out here along all these floating houseboats out there, those are the sorts of homes that Sleepless in Seattle were filmed on. And another thing that downtown Seattle is well known for that's fairly unique.
Yeah, for sure. It's just that unique look of real estate, and also just like the atmosphere is a different change from what I'm used to anyway in San Diego, right?
So yeah, I think it's a really cool part of Seattle. It's artistic and edgy and industrial. And, oh my God, is that a drone up there?
Where? Oh, yeah.
Did somebody crash their drone on it? That's a piece of equipment to lose. Hey Diane, and this is the house I've been talking about, wanting to show you.
Very nice.
We are up here in Bellevue on Cougar Mountain.
Okay.
And this home is built by the Buchan builders, and they're a real classic traditional builder in Seattle. They do mostly high-end listings.
I've noticed, it's got that classic look to it, right? The vintage, but also traditional form of it.
It's very traditional. They make it just modern enough. With all the great top-of-the-line appliances and fixtures, but in a very traditional mode. But hands down, my favorite space in this house is the outdoor living room.
Of course, nice.
As you know, we're in Seattle and we get a lot of rain. So I think all home builders should put these outdoor living rooms in their houses. It's got
covered all the way through. Oh, that's cool.
Covered all the way through, gas fireplace, gas heaters. And a 48-inch grill with hood system, which is fantastic.
What type of buyer do you see purchasing this home?
My guess is probably a family, something like that. But with the main floor ensuite room, we can also have
like a
multi-generational living.
Perfect.
Which is really big in these, I would say, these days in this part of the country.
All right, Barb, rumor has it that you do something special for your buyers. What is it?
We cater and host our buyers' housewarming parties as their thank you present for choosing to work with our team. I come from the restaurant business, and it was a perfect carryover for high-end customer service, sociability. It's just the highlight of their process, we think. We send out the invitations, we send out the thank you cards, we get to mingle and meet all of their favorite family and friends, and it's really a lot of fun. Sometimes we have a little bit too much fun, but that's how we think we have a great customer base.
Well, nothing like, you're working with these clients and buyers, right? So you get to know them in the process of buying their home. So what better way than to throw them a party in their housewarming party?
We could not agree more. And it seems almost sacrilegious not to take that process all the way through and help them celebrate. We cater it, we bring wine, we bring Prosecco, we do a toast. We even have cute little aprons we've made with our team logo and our names. So we really have a lot of fun with it.
Good for you, that sounds great.
Yeah.
We live just at the trailhead of one of the many trails that run along Cougar Mountain. And you walk among huge maples and evergreens. Maple leaves as big as your head, they're just giant. This home, which sits on Cougar Mountain, 1,000 feet above Lake Sammamish, and with a beautiful view of a 10,700-foot volcano called Mount Baker, which is snow-covered year-round. I love to write thrillers that are really a combination of really good stories, interesting characters, very dynamic human conflict, but also on the edge of science. And the Seattle area is very vital to that, with the University of Washington, with the Primate Research Center, with the very modern architecture that blends in with the very old architecture. It provided a very good setting, and you could really get the feel of Seattle and the surrounding area. But also, it entered into the conflict and the challenges of, trying to move across all those different terrains and meet some of the challenges that we set up in the book. You could almost feel the oxygen levels go up and the stress levels go down. And that is how I would sell Seattle to someone just coming in.
That house is so cool. Right up on the hill overlooking Lake Sammamish, that's got to be one of the best locations on the block. It just has such a thriller feel to it. It all makes sense as to why Steve Hadden chose that location. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen his novels, go check them out. I know I will. Who doesn't love a thriller? Next up, we're checking in on one of our partners in your area. Hit it.
Hi, I'm Holly Maloney, and today I am here in Sailor Park at the Buddha Barn Thai Bistro. And I'm here with my guest today, Jack, the operator of the bistro.
Okay.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming here.
I always love coming here, you know that.
Thank you. Anytime, yes.
My favorite place. I got a couple questions for you today.
Yes.
First of all, how did you find Sailor Park?
Sailor Park is a beautiful place. When I saw the parks, they are beautiful, so nowhere else I should go. So this is the place.
Great. So how long has your restaurant been here in Sailor Park?
Going to be 2 years soon, December, yes.
Wow, already 2 years.
You know well.
I know,
You're
I
the
do.
first customer,
I was the
yes.
first customer, and I come every week. How has it been here in Sailor Park? How have the people of Sailor Park been, and how have you been accepted here?
People very supportive over here. I'm glad that I picked up this location. And I love people here.
Yes, a lot of regulars too, and a lot of people from out of town. Great,
yes.
Great. Now the best question here, tell me a little bit about your menu. I've had everything on here, but tell me.
Yeah, all the menus like the most popular Thai food that many places have been doing it, and some dishes that I put it on myself. That's my favorite. When I was young, my mom cooked for me, my dad cooked for me. So
Oh,
it's like
nice.
that I have to do this. So
God,
okay.
I love it, and the presentation is beautiful. It looks as beautiful as it
Thank
tastes.
you.
Well, thank you for having me, and I can't wait to eat.
Thank you. I have to go back to the kitchen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you at the studio.
Up next, we are with Adam Gregory. He is with RE/MAX Affiliates, part of the Pat Gregory team. Always has great information for us, and today is no different. Great to see you.
Good to be here.
Always good to have you. Today, it's not just you giving us great advice, but you have brought a special guest. Why don't you introduce us real quick?
Absolutely. I'd like to introduce my friend Jim Braun here. He is a financial advisor for retirement age clients.
That's a big category. Jim, great to meet you. Thanks for being on the show. So why don't you dive in and just tell us what you do that's making such a difference to the retirement age community?
When people typically get over 59 years old, they got a lot of decisions that come up, and we basically just walk people through those decisions and make sure that there's no surprises. So for instance, there's a lot of ways to file for Social Security. There's 567 ways to file right now. A lot of people don't even know how. When they turn 65, they have to file for Medicare, which can be a hassle. There's a lot of ways to reduce Medicare costs with the government kind of standardizing all the plans. All you're really doing is shopping price now. We show people how to do that. When they turn 65 as well, they can get property tax homestead exemptions. For instance, like in the tri-state area, Kentucky for one, they can write off $37,600 off the property value. A write-off actually increases between $1,500 to $2,500 per year, and then goes forward for the rest of your life. So just help people get those things kind of set up and going, and make sure that nothing's missed, and reduce the bills and raise the incomes, and that's how people retire better.
Which is a huge value, and a lot of people don't know all of the resources like you've just talked about and the ways that they can have a better financial future. What happens when they are at that retirement age and still want to have those rental properties but maybe don't want all the work that goes with it? What do you advise, and what programs do you have for that?
So you can set up pension plans through savings. So rental properties really aren't that passive. I mean, you have to deal with tenants and maintenance and things like that. But when they sell, then they can actually buy their own pension and replace the majority of the income of what they were getting when they had the rental properties in the first place. So they can truly walk away and then still maintain the income that they were getting and then not have to worry about the headache anymore. And it's a nice thing to be able to do, you know?
Oh, it's huge. Adam, this has got to be a great benefit for you, especially, you know, being an expert in real estate, knowing you can have this to offer your clients.
Absolutely, it's a great thing. It's definitely a good option for people who have invested in real estate early and they got a good income from their properties, but they want to taper it back and be a little bit less hands-on. This is definitely a great option for someone looking to get out of the rental property business and get more into retirement and just a lot more of a passive income.
Absolutely. Well, incredible information. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Jim, both of you for being on today and discussing this really important topic. And always great to have you on The American Dream. Thanks.
Always great to be on. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Take it all in. The hearts have spoken. Let it begin.
Hey, Mark.
Ready to fly?
We're ready to fly.
Right.
How's this going to go? Can you tell us how this is going to go today?
You're each going to be tied together with a professional certified tandem instructor.
Good to know.
One-on-one. You're in front, the instructor's in back, and you are going to fly off this mountain, Poo-Poo Point in Issaquah, out into the blue yonder.
You ready? I hope I don't poo-poo my pants. That's all I gotta say. How high are we?
We're at 1,700 feet over the valley, 1,800 foot mean sea level. It's a beautiful view today. It's a great day to fly.
The sun came out for us. We're pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks so much for let's do this.
To call her. We had a moonlight and midnight blue. Into the silence we echo through. I've been waiting for so long just to find you. Just to find you. Steady.
Barb invited us here to jump off of this cliff, so we're all here together right now.
Waiting for that
Frozen,
moment.
but loving it.
We're gonna repay the favor by having Barb come out to our party tonight, Controversy, Beyonce vs. Rihanna, and we're gonna dance all night long. Yes, this is Black Gatsby, and I'm Discoshrine.
She's so extra right now.
And we are.
Cut that last part. Cut that last part.
And I'm Discoshrine, and we are signing off the mountain like, hey.
Into the silence we echo through. I've been waiting for so long just to find you. Just to find, just to find, just to find you. Just to find.
Nope, won't, couldn't, I can't. Jump off a mountain? Diane, major kudos to you. I'm proud beyond words. While I catch my breath, we're sending you over to another expert in your market. Let's go.
Good afternoon. This is Monika Deroussel with Remix Preferred Group, and I'm standing here with Lori Allen, founder of Hi-Fi Yoga, right in the heart of Mason. Thanks for joining me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So tell us about your passion for yoga.
Well, yoga is so much to so many people. For me, it's a way of igniting something in that person they didn't think that they could accomplish or do. Finding a place on the mat where they reach a goal, maybe they find a little spiritual healing, maybe some friendship in their practice.
So is yoga just for like professional athletes, or is it for everybody, people?
Yoga's for everybody. The beauty of yoga is anybody can do it at any age.
So what are the health benefits of doing so?
How much time do you have? There's so many health benefits. Lowering high blood pressure, depression, anxiety. We do beginner, we do yin yoga, we have aerial yoga, we have bar classes. If you've never been on a yoga mat, I definitely recommend starting out beginner yoga. See what works for you and then test the waters. You can always come into a hot class and you can walk back out.
Now, this is in the heart of Mason. What inspired you to open a yoga studio right here in the heart of Mason?
This community is amazing. It's thriving. The people are spectacular. It's just a community that is health conscious, community-based. They're fun, they're supportive, it's multicultural. It's such a great place to be. I'm honored to be in this community.
So if somebody is catching us on the American Dream TV show, what do we have to tell our viewers to get them inspired to join us?
Well, first of all, they're going to have a great time when they come in. They're not only going to get a great yoga practice, it's community, it's friendship, it's coming in, having a seat on the couch, grabbing some coffee, sitting talking to somebody that you may have never would have the opportunity to sit and talk with. So that, and if they mention the American Dream TV show, I'd love to offer them a free yoga class. We've got coffee, tea, hot chocolate, we've got waters, we'll have some juices in there, we've got apparel, we've got some great yoga clothes people can shop and other accessories.
Please make sure you stop by Hi-Fi Yoga right in the heart of Mason and mention the American Dream TV show to try the class, and hopefully you'll love it to get started.
Today, I'm here with Ryan Kiefer with Prime Lending. Ryan, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks so much for having me back.
Wonderful. So, are homeowners renovating to sell or to stay?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's a couple things going on over the last couple of years here in the market. Number one, we've been talking about this a lot recently, and that is the limited amount of inventory or homes for sale. Nationally right now, the inventory is about 4.4 months worth of supply, and a normal or healthy market is right around 5 to 6 months. So, definitely still a seller's market. Locally here in Cincinnati, the supply is only 2.6 months. The other thing we're seeing is that there is a record number of dollars going into renovations from homeowners right now. The average is over $6,600 a year per homeowner annually.
Awesome. So, given a choice between spending a fixed amount of money on a down payment for a new home or fixing up a current home, what would you advise your clients do?
So they really should reach out to an expert, reach out to a realtor locally, talk about what it is that they might think about doing in terms of renovations, because sometimes, with all the built up equity over the last 6 or 7 years with prices running up, they might be able to get more bang for their buck by just selling the house as is versus sinking a bunch of money into it via renovation. So best advice as always is just to reach out to your expert and have a very candid conversation.
Well, thank you for your expert advice today too, Ryan. We'll be seeing you next time.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us on The American Dream. Stick around for some more.
Welcome back, everyone.
For the past few weeks, we've been discussing the dangers of cyber fraud. A very hot topic right now is called the spoof card. This is a scammer's dream and the industry's worst nightmare. This is an app that makes it possible for fraudsters to actually trick your caller ID on your phone. When they call you, your phone will display a trusted number from a current agent, a title agency, or even a client. Even a trained professional can fall victim to this. Be proactive before giving anyone any information whatsoever. Ask them 3 questions that pertain to you and your closing. Can you tell me your last 4 digits of your Social Security number? That's number 1. Can you tell me the name of your loan officer? That's number 2. And can you tell me the name of your real estate agent? That's number 3. If they can't answer these questions, don't give them any information. Remember, never ever email personal information over the internet without safeguards. The safest way to give information over the phone is simply to talk to them, and they have to pass those 3 questions. I'm Ken Martin with your Priority National Title Tip of this week, and we hope you stay safe in the cyber world.
Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Ain't backing down. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what
This makes me want to move to Seattle. It's awesome and it checks all the boxes. Scenic, Twin Peaks, jumping off mountains, beautiful parks, and some of the coolest nightlife. Sign me up.